All right. We are live and I am in Ghana. If you guys can hear me and you can see me, give me a thumbs up in the chat and let me know where you're watching from. My connection is spotty at best, so I apologize for the internet connectivity. I'm using my backup Wi-Fi, formerly Vodafone, now Telecel, Airtel, but I'm also on a Wi-Fi connection here at the Airbnb. We got lots to catch up on, lots to talk about, and I am looking forward to doing that. I don't have my mic set up today. It has been one of those kinds of days, but we're here. All right, so we got Twilliam. Oh, T. William is in Texas. You said you can hear me great. Minute Real Philly, I'll be in Ghana next week. Let's connect. All right, just reach out to me. Shoot me an email. You guys can actually see my email here. You want to shoot me an email if you'll be in Ghana. Let's definitely talk. All right, who else is here? Okay, we got Ava in Germany. It is Twilia. All right, Ava's in Germany. Who else? What about YouTube? Anybody from YouTube want to tell us where you're watching from? Who's watching? You know, I can't see who's here. So if you're on YouTube, you got to tell me who's watching and where you're watching from. I want to lean back. I keep leaning back. It's an uncomfortable couch to sit on. Let me tell you guys something about the place that I am staying in. I'm going to talk to you guys about things that you should do when you're looking at an Airbnb, things that you should be taking into consideration, and what else I'll be doing while I'm here. So we got South Africa in the building. Vudur News, shout out to you. Welcome. Miami's in the building. Peter Rubino. Oh, Peter Robario. Is it Peter Robario? Is in the building. What's up, guys? So look, let's just get right into it. We're an hour late. And we're late because I'm working a full-time job and client call was a client call. I needed to get on, and today was a long day. So Twilliam is asking if I can help with citizenship. I will be talking about how I can help people get citizenship. There's some folks that are working on that, and that's something that I'm working on partnerships with some folks on to help you guys get citizenship. Stay tuned, because there will be some conversations about that. Unfortunately, the people that I'm meeting with that are helping people get citizenship in Ghana are not here in Ghana this week. They happen to be outside of the country. So the Office of Diaspora Affairs had some folks that I was supposed to meet with while I'm here. Unfortunately, our paths didn't cross. In fact, it's crazy because they're in New York, which is where I usually am, and I'm here in Ghana where they usually are, and we are unable to meet. Toya Jenkins Blanks is in the building. What's up, Toya? Welcome to the live stream. All right, so let's talk about it. So a couple things. Now, first things first, I got some Airbnbs that I want to share with you guys, and some Airbnb tactics that I'm going to be teaching you guys in the future. A couple of things that I'll just say, like just free of charge, free information and insight. When you're choosing an Airbnb in Ghana, right? Choosing a featured listing or choosing a superhost is not enough for your selection. Superhost is someone who can have gotten superhost status for 5 or 6 listings that they've had previously. They can have a new listing with only 1 review or no reviews, and they're still a superhost. So when you're looking through the Airbnb list of properties and you see that it says superhost and you click on it, don't just click on it and click book if they have instant booking. You definitely want to check to see the reviews for that particular unit, if there are reviews. If there aren't any reviews, know that you're risking something because nobody's been able to tell you how that place has been for them to stay. So that's number 1. Number 2, look for neighborhoods that you are familiar with, places that you like to go. It's difficult to ensure that you're not in a food desert if you don't really know the different areas of Ghana. That's why I have the curated list of listings that I'll be sharing with you guys in the future. Places that I really found useful, centrally located, upscale, and priced right. I will be making sure that you guys are aware of those spots, and I'll be doing that. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have six Airbnb tours that I have to do in the next seven Airbnb tours that I have to do in the next week. Not to mention this one and another one I'll be doing as well. So be prepared to see all of these Airbnbs that I'm partnered with or I found to be worthy of booking. And I will make sure that I don't gatekeep and you guys know about who they are and where you guys should stay. So that's going to be something that is coming. Just be prepared for that. I'll make sure you guys are aware that that's coming. And I'll get you that data. So that's the Airbnbs. Secondly, real estate developments. I am working through going out to a couple of different real estate developments. I've mentioned this on my live stream previously. There are many here in Ghana. Ghana is under construction, especially in Accra, Ghana. So I am trying to get out to Sambra City. Fingers crossed we can make that happen. I want to do that in the next week or two. I'm also going out to Shark Island to look at the property being built out on Shark Island. That's a big one. And then there are a few other ones that I'm talking to right now, but I don't have it confirmed yet, or haven't discussed it with them in terms of dates or anything to that effect. But I will definitely make sure you guys are aware of that. I'm also going to be interviewing a bunch of people while I'm here, people who've made the move to Ghana and are going to give you their insight, their thoughts, their advice, what you should be thinking about if you make the move. We'll talk to folks that have been here 10 years, 13 years, 7 years, 5 years, 1 year. All the people we'll be talking to are going to be across a wide spectrum of a time frame for them to have been in Ghana. Those of you who are thinking about it, especially those who are coming in December and who are going to be here for Dati December, and you get excited, you have that feeling that, you know, you have your connection to the motherland and you want to make an emotional decision. It's going to be really important for those who live here to be able to explain to you what that experience has been like for them. You know, I've done this in Sierra Leone. I've done it here in Ghana before, and I'm going to continue to do that. Every time I come to Ghana, those are the interviews that I'll be doing. I'll also be interviewing business owners, right? Not only talking to people who've moved here and can explain what their life has been like living here, but we're also going to be interviewing people who started businesses here, whether they're Ghanaian or they're diasporans who've moved to Ghana. I want to share those business stories with you because, again, the three things that we're talking about on this platform are visiting, moving, and investing in the continent of Africa and doing it right. You know, as you guys know, I moved to the continent, emotionally driven move, pandemic inspired move, whatever you want to call it. And, you know, obviously I had friends on the continent, people that had been really getting to know well, and they seemed to be enjoying themselves and they were loving their life here on the continent, specifically in Sierra Leone. And so my thought process was, you know, it'll be a smooth transition. If I make the move, I'll be able to, you know, spend some time with these folks, develop deeper relationships, and I'll be able to do good and do well for my people, right? Build a business, start working on things here, but then also, you know, doing some things for people that I care about, you know, the community in which I have come from. You know, even though I was born and raised in the United States, you know, Sierra Leone is now a second home and has always been my ancestral home. And so, yeah, I mean, I made the move though, even thinking that I had all of those details, even getting a job within 3 months, nothing could have prepared me for what ensued over the next 4 years. And had I had platforms like this, where I could hear interviews from folks who talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, I may have been better prepared. Had I had more insight into the advice that people give who move here, I would have been better prepared. And so you guys will see in the coming weeks, more and more, the live streams that I do are going to be about making better decisions when it comes to moving to the continent, visiting the continent, and investing on the continent. Because right now what you have is you have these two polarizing views of Africa, right? From people who are living here. You have those on one side that say, never come here, I hate it, and I'm not staying here. You have people on the other side that'll tell you, every day is a spiritual awakening. And I started a business yesterday and I'm at $100 million and everything is amazing. And I will say that with this platform, what you're going to find is it's going to be a more nuanced view, right? We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the great, right? There are people who have wonderful success stories, people who've lived one life in the United States, operating as an employee, mid-level employee in companies in the US, who have come here and built, multi-generational businesses that they'll be able to pass on to their children. And they've been able to affect generations of families by helping them buy land and build here. And so all of these stories are stories that I plan to tell. All of these places are places that I'm going to be visiting. And you guys will get a chance to see firsthand. It'll be like you're here with me walking through these locations, hearing from these business owners and hearing from people who moved to the continent. I'm really excited about some of the interviews we're doing. I'm excited about all of them, but some more excited about than others, just because I think there's some really interesting stories that I think you guys will find really interesting when you hear them. I'm not going to do any teasers right now, but there are some stories that are coming, and they're different. They're different. But overall, look, I'm looking forward to it. I had a short stay in Sierra Leone last week. I was a couple of days there. Didn't really even get a chance to see all my people, regrettably so. But I had to get here to Ghana because I had a ton of content I had to shoot. And I already have a ton of content from Sierra Leone, and I really was going there to check on the house, which is a whole nother conversation. You can check the live stream last week to hear more about that. But there were some pressing issues that I was there to address. And then I came here so that we can get this content. And then, I'm looking into investments as well while I'm here, right? I mean, obviously I'm here not only to do content, but to deepen partnerships, further build on relationships that I've built here, and then continue to explore new revenue opportunities and business opportunities while I'm here. Because at the end of the day, there are other ethnicities, ethnic groups, countries that are coming to Ghana, coming to West Africa, building businesses. And what I find is that not too many of us are doing so. And so we that's what this platform is about, is getting people to think a little bit more about what they can be doing here to build themselves and their generational wealth and build a legacy for themselves, if you so choose, but then also at the same time doing good for the people here locally. Because at the end of the day, that $3 trillion in spending power that we have as a diaspora around the world, sorry, airplanes going by, shouldn't be spent there. It should be spent here. Or the millions and billions spent in remittance, we should probably look at potentially taking that remittance money and turning it into investment dollars. Eddie Augustus says, a return from Jamaica to Ghana. Nice. Shout out to you if that's what you're planning to do. I think it'll be great, especially because, there are a lot of direct descendants of Ghanaians in Jamaica. There's all kinds of talk about the food similarities and other cultural similarities and cultural practices that you find in both countries. I met some Rastafarians here in my time here in Ghana. So really, really interesting connection between these two countries. So just to recap, number one, Airbnbs. I gave you guys some notes. Go back and check those back out earlier in the live stream. Number two, I will tell you which Airbnbs I recommend in country. Stay tuned. I'll start doing reviews of them. You'll start seeing them on the platform. Like I said, I have a ton of Airbnb that I have to film. Real estate developments, we'll definitely make sure you're aware of what's here, the cost, the why, the who, the how, the whens, of all of it. That'll be coming. And then beyond the Airbnb and the real estate, there are other investments that we'll talk about. And then, of course, you'll be hearing from people who have made the move and are going to explain why they made the move and what they recommend you do if you're considering it. I'm going to leave it at that, guys. I know this was only a 15 to 20 minute live stream and we were an hour late. So I apologize. I want to thank you guys for being here, those of you who joined and those of you who participated. I am exhausted, if you can't tell. It's been a crazy couple of days just traveling and dealing with everything I need to deal with while I'm here. But I do this for you. And so, you know, just make sure that you support whatever way you can. You can see on the bottom of the screen, there's a way to support there. And if you want to support for free, hit that thumbs up, share this with anybody you know, subscribe to the channel. Make sure when you subscribe, you hit that notification bell so you're notified every time a new video goes out. All right, guys, with that, I want to say thanks again for watching. I appreciate you all. Look forward to seeing you all on our next live stream. That will be on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. And so we will give you guys the news of the day Thursday. And then next Monday, we are back with Ivy Prosper. Last Monday, we had Ivy. We did This Week in Ghana. Next Monday, we'll have Ivy back on again. We'll do another This Week in Ghana where we'll talk about the week's news or 2 weeks news in Ghana so that those of you who are planning to move here are thinking about it. You can hear what's happening on the ground in real time because that's what we are prepared to do. All right, guys, I want to thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you all on the next video.